Okay, back again. It's daytime now, so maybe it'll be a little less terrifying. I doubt it though. Next up, okay, I think I can go down in the elevator now. Oh, he's injured. The hell was that, John? Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, what spooky noise? Pew!
A biological quarantine has been initiated.
I'm sure that's good news.
Level 2. Kitchen knife and snowflake are off limits. Level 3. Hydroponics is off limits.
Perfect.
Where are you, John? Without the PDT, I can't track shit.
Hydroponics. Or what's left of hydroponics. The shaft's covered in growth. I'm not going anywhere.
Listen, wait. Let me check the blueprints. Yes, hydroponics has a service elevator.
Affirmative.
Well, I should fucking think so. Have they considered using stairs? I know it takes up space, but you don't have to power the bloody things. The civilian lines. The hell is that racket?
This is ridiculous. How did it grow this world in a few
There's
months?
some sort of diseased fungus. They were accelerating growth, and this is what you get.
These plants can't naturally develop this fast.
Kane developed the technology to accelerate plant growth. Oxygen is big business.
Oh my god. Is my dog really playing with a squeaky ball? I can't believe she's just decided to start doing that. I don't know if you can hear it. It's bloody hot today. Sebastian Gray. January 2nd. Finally, we have more room for the Lindsay Harvey strain, which I've been working on so hard. It's days like this that humanity truly proves why it crawled out of the ocean before any other. My section has been expanded and I have more staff. True. But they are drones and I have little of a function. Now we can expand the research potential of Project Kitchen Knife and see what else the plants can yield. The oxygen production rate is quite unlike anything my initial projections could have predicted. Last year it became the worst kept secret on the Groom Lake, and all of a sudden I had more interns than I could comfortably employ. Their only function is to stumble around the place and ask troublesome questions that I have little time to answer. If only our world was more like that of insect. I have plenty of workers and drones, but nothing of the unwavering loyalty. Bees work and work. The faith in the Queen, and questioning and constant. That kind of loyalty is beyond price. These interns of mine are their uses, I suppose. We always need volunteers willing to get close to the Queen. February 16. I'm surrounded by incompetence. One of those imbecilic interns got too close to the Queen and she showed him her affection. What? Quite amusing, though not to him. This means that I must attend another accident debriefing with the board. Though Dr. Milan does love to test me, I see him up on the hearing bench and he grins at me in that supercilious look that he has perfected over the years. I suppose that I have him to thank for my current position. It was his recommendation to the board that I made them hire me in the first place. I wonder if Milan's just like been going around like hiring people he knows or assholes. I believe he has come to enjoy these little power plays. He does so like to keep me under his heel. That, my dear doctor, is only a temporary situation. Once this project is complete, the chess games that we play so often will no longer be our only battleground. Regarding the project, some of the bug eggs failed to hatch properly. I suspect this is why the Queen was more aggressive than usual. There are more than enough drones to continue the collection work. Their unique chemical properties are doing wonders for the plants, although I'm running short of interns prepared to work in close proximity to them since the last accident. The worker I appreciate the most is Akiza. I was astonished to discover that she is related to the legendary Dr. Chenshu of the eugenics war. I did consider mentioning it to her, but I sense she is oddly ashamed to have him as her ancestor. If it wasn't for men like him, our profession would be a hollow shell of what it is now. Then again, if it wasn't for him, genetic research wouldn't have been put back by several generations now, would it? The ethical quandaries we face as meta science. The insects are restless, they rumble in their apiaries and are more aggressive than usual. My personal deduction is that the presence of the marine fogs on board the ship are the cause. Armed guards all over the place. I was stopped by one the other day and asked my reasons for going into hydroponics. Well, after explaining that I was head of the damn project, I had a guard removed from his post, and then the ship. This is insanity. How am I expected to progress with these thugs around? September 23rd. I recall complaining about the inundation of interns. If only they were still here now. Both Ivan and Theodore disappeared from their rooms last night. And I've had to speak to security about their whereabouts. They were Akiza's assistants, and now the production of the Queen's Royal Jelly has slowed up. See, this is like the Alien expanded universe. That's all about bees and stuff. Well, it's not really bees. They treat the aliens like bees, and they actually produce royal jelly. That's apparently like a brilliant drug. People fucking get high on it. And that's why Wei keeps trying to make like usable aliens. No, instead of just for military purposes. This blah blah blah. That's been a huge blow, but a rather extraordinary anomaly has appeared in our growth pods, a hitherto undiscovered strain of fungus. Its origin is something of a mystery to me. These fungal growths fascinate. At first I thought it was common, garden variety mould, but after a substantial analysis performed by Akiza, it seems to harbour neuron activity. That is to say, it seems to exhibit rudimentary signs of intelligence. We've certainly created some unusual species on this deck, but the idea of a quasi-intelligent fungus growing and evolving of its own volition is exciting and frankly frightening. I've asked Akiza and the remnants of her team to cultivate it, but exhibit caution in where it is spread. October 24th. I was asked by one of Dr. Milan's assistants if the fungus substance discovered growing in the bells of the ship had anything to do with us. I lied, of course. You fucker. But this is becoming alarming. Our experiments flourished at first. We may have lost more staff recently, but our experiments have been very fruitful indeed. What's going on there? Confidentially, the properties of the fungus is both extraordinary and terrifying. It has remarkable ability to take control of a living subject's central nervous system and hypothalamus. As observed in the monkey we used for testing, the monkey shrieked and thrashed in rage for the first few days after it was exposed. And then it became quiet, observant, and uncannily intelligent. It's certainly aggressive, but then again, which virus is on? Oh, so it's like a cordyceps type fungus. So is that what's been making everybody so fucking scary? December the 1st. No. We've officially lost control of the deck. Eden now truly belongs to the beast. We've seen strange things. I watched as the fungus took control of the deck, as it spread through the staff, and much to my shame, I watched their deaths and examined their bodies. Oh, fuck off, you're ashamed, are you? Nobody can cross the pods because the bugs are so aggressive that when Solomon went through in a rad suit, they ripped it from his body and stung him to death. It took mere moments. Still, I live in the hope that the insects will remember me, their creator. Perhaps see me as one of their own. Oh, or moron. Dr. Gray, I do not wish to seem unprofessional or impolite, but I would ask that you not press me on the subject of my ancestry further. I was nearly refused entry to middle school on the basis of my family's background, and the torment I suffered at the hands of my school peers regarding my great-great-uncle was unbearable. I wouldn't have told him that. I would have kept that in personal. People like this guy will use it against your love. I am fully aware of his actions, and I've seen countless photographs and documents of the consequences of his work. I took this position to change our world for the better, not to be reminded of skeletons in my family closet. I've enjoyed our working relationships thus far, Dr. Gray, but I prefer my family history no longer be a topic of our conversations. Thank you for understanding. Dr. Gray. I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. I enjoyed our meal yesterday. It was refreshing to hear a man so outspoken on this ship. I appreciate your candour, and I do agree that perhaps it's time to board. Was shaking it up a little. Although this is merely an observation rather than an action plan, I think the top leadership needs some new blood. I'd second you, if you decided to take on the challenge yourself. Your impeccable scientific pedigree more than qualifies you. By the way, did you know that they were keeping that new cargo? It seems rather a waste of resources. If they won't even tell us where it is.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break. Another locked door.
One corporation is watching you. We care.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up. How big is it?
It's massive. I just feel like this is cruel.
Nothing that'll just break it.
I thought it was a monkey. I know, it sounds strange. Oh, stop it. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh, praise God Almighty, I couldn't be happier. Dr. Gray took me into one side and told me he was the only person who had the skill and ability to take control of the nursery. He promoted me on the spot and said that I was now personally responsible for the Queen. The royal jelly that she produces has proven to be incredibly useful. I discovered through my own analysis that not only is the jelly an essential nutrient for the insect population, but it has other amazing physical properties too. It accelerates molecular bonding in certain substances, acting as a thickener for many natural substances, while also regenerating their natural properties. With some engineering, I imagine we could turn this into a true medical breakthrough. I imagine doctors in hospitals on Earth would use their bonding agents to heal wounds instantly. Perhaps finally the tension name will be revered in medical history instead of reviled. The Queen is a temperamental little thing, a fiery lady to be sure. Ah, but Queenie, you forget I grew up in a family with more than one fire-breathing dragon. If I can handle my mother, I can certainly handle you. Okay. Although when she is milked, she's rather docile. I dare say she's attached to me. I'm sure I heard her purring at me. It's a fucking bee? It's the only way I can describe it. I am aware that she's a bug and all, but it sounded rather like approval. My parents kept a hive of bees, so I've never been squeamish over insects, and I can tell the difference between aggression and favour. I'm still the only person who can get close without being bitten, and her bite can leave one hell of a mark, let me tell you. Hodgkin said he'll report his side effects upon his return from sick leave. In other news, Dr. Myrick, one of Dr. Gray's subordinates, has requested samples of the jelly for experiments with his triazines. Thinks it might have use as an industrial adhesive. This is a little away from my original intention, but I do suppose it's a start. I do try so hard to be positive, to be the person whose enthusiasm never once flags nor fails. But when you start hearing rumours that bore you to your very core, I try to shrug it off. But recently it's become harder to deny it. I've been hearing sounds from the elevator shaft, the sound of a wailing infant, crying out in pain before suddenly being silent. That is no rumour. Sometimes I lie awake at night and I swear I can hear the crying of children. I can't be dreaming. I saw Ingracia to confess my fears. He gave me a prescription to help me sleep, but something in his eyes said that he knew I was hearing something real. And worse, it was something he was hearing too. More rumours. Dr. Milan is using children in his research. I have to ignore it. If it were true, Kane would remove him immediately, surely. Even Dr. Gray appears to find it an uncomfortable subject for discussion. And this is a man who slept easily when Isaac got his left cheek torn off by the Queen. You got into this to escape your dark ancestry and... well, bad call. Let's put it that way. Is Dr. Gray short of staff again? Once again I'm being forced to manage multiple projects, only this time it's an examination of an acutely descriptive new spore that seems to have affected a few of the pods. First observations, it's a parasitic fungus that grows faster than a common weed, and like a common weed, I feel like it should be destroyed, but I know that Dr. Gray won't do it. He, like many of the other senior doctors, sees a new species as something to be exploited or weaponised. In the darkness something stirs. I can't say what. I'm too afraid to find out what it is. When Aiden and Theo disappeared a month back, we assumed they'd somehow deserted. That was an official stance taken by Dr. Milan and the board anyway. Last night's events prove that there is something on board with us, though God knows where it's from. The Queen was more rambunctious than I've ever seen her before, and milking her was certainly more challenging than I'm used to. Edmund, Jesus, this game is noisy. Edmund was assisting with the shortened staff, and some of our volunteers are simply refusing to show for work. The Queen's environment has disturbed a great deal, so her violent tendencies are more pronounced. Edmund was on his way out of hydroponics when it happened. Something pulled him into one of the air ducts. I didn't see much. I saw him walking towards the decontamination chamber, and the next moment his legs were kicking the air as whatever it was dragged him up and into the ceiling while he squealed like a pig. I'm resigning tomorrow. I did not sign up for mad science. I came to Kane to serve humanity and clear my family's name, not watch crewmates be slaughtered by species that Dr. Milan refuses to confirm or deny. If only I'd resigned when I said I would. Oh, Jesus. If only I hadn't ignored my demands to have the infernal fungus destroyed. It's growing over me now. Over my skin. It's burrowing into my flesh. The insects attacked again today, and it seems to only worsen. Dr. Gray was destroyed by a swarm of them, and now he is only fertiliser for that ever-ravenous mold he was so curious about. The uninfected are making an attempt to escape. This doesn't include me. The emergency flares keep the bugs away. I told them to give me the flare to hold back the bugs so they could get away. I hope they escape soon. This fungus is making my head feel funny. I'm sure I can feel it growing through my ear canal. Fucking hell, love. Azika, sorry. With the greatest respect. I thought it was Akiza. Could you please, for the ridiculous plans your group insist on carrying out in the fertilizing chambers? I will admit they are hardly dangerous, but they are undignified. I certainly wouldn't like to be present when a Kane inspector stumbles upon young Theodore racing in front of the Queen's while hands above his head while shouting, "I'm covered in bees!" It's unprofessional. Please instruct them to cease their violence at once. Kind regards, Dr. Gray. Yeah, it was Akiza. Don't worry, I don't think that you're losing your mind. Ghosts are a possibility, but I suspect that what you're hearing is perhaps the sound of devices playing in other parts of the ship. I do believe at the moment that the corporeal world and the spirit world are very much divided, so try to calm yourself. If you would like to talk, I can talk to someone in cargo storage about those sounds. I wouldn't worry about it. The island is full of noises. This island is full of noises, but pay them no mind. For once I'm quoting Shakespeare and not the Bible. Get some sleep and maybe do fewer night shifts. Thanks, Eleanor.
I don't think this will fit.
I'm going to see what milking the cow does. Apparently that makes her docile. I kind of want to... Oh! That was kind of cruel, I'm not going to lie.
That was too close.
I bet if I'd have done that prior to milking, she wouldn't have been happy. She shouldn't be dead from that. I hate it. I don't like it at all. I hate stuff like this. It makes me really uncomfortable. Okay, what's this? Queen's milk.
This isn't going to work.
Okay, no. He said maybe...
I can try to make it fit, but it may...
Okay, so what am I trying to break here? Because I've obviously got this hard resin.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
I can break the door open. I've got a hard resin on a plaque. I think it's hard anyway. Do you know what? Maybe I can cut some vines with it.
Probably not a good idea. I don't think that'll work.
Never mind. How many labs are there? So this is the one with the moo cow. I don't think I need to kill her because, let's face it, she's not going anywhere. I can touch her. I don't know why.
I think that will just break it.
What, the bug? Milk cables. Tree. Why? Okay, so, oh, I see. They've made the sturdy amber. I think I found another one. Oh. Why does this room feel exceptionally dangerous?